Metro today might have 40 dark stores in and 40 dark stores would have 40 separate SKUs, right? And an Andheri would be selling something which is of high volume, but a Borivali is not selling the same SKU in that velocity. Well, an Amazon works by because they have larger delivery centers which are catering to the whole region. So Amazon technically has a school film center in Mumbai, but the whole of Mumbai is catered through that. So cash flow or the clogging of SKUs is not micro level. Thus, I believe that it is a stronger business model. Also, another very important thing is Amazon charges hefty money in terms of ad revenue. Right today, their ad revenue is stronger than what YouTube is able to make, and they are not probably making money on the 9% or 15% commission they charge the seller, but the marketing dollars that we invest on AMS. And that is a very, very, very large share for brands. The story remains the same is that you start with pushing out the product, but the trade off is that you need to have the merit, which creates the pull in year two, year three, year four. You cannot be spending for the next 5 years at the same velocity or speed. That's how brands are built. It could be online or offline. Offline, similarly, if I'm correct, you would be allocating some level to your ATL, BTL marketing and drive the consumption. And from year two, you start trimming down on your marketing costs and then see it going to turn into the green zone. Online is a very similar business. The principles of business will remain the same. Channels are often changed. So principle of a business or e-commerce also will remain the same. What we need to, carefully structure as an e-commerce brand or digital first brand is that by year one, I could be spending 80% of my, marketing dollars against my revenue. Year two, it has to be 60, year three, it has to be 40, and year five, it has to be 20%. That is where I am able to hit profitability, and that's how every business is supposed to, be it online or offline. The challenge that we're seeing, or what we are seeing with D2C brands is 5 years later, they are still spending 70 to 80% of their revenue as marketing dollars. So when you don't improve your ROAS for 5, 6 years, that is where you are stuck into the path of profitability. It is not as difficult as it looks. The principles of business need to be held correct. I mean, for a brand like United, first year you are spending 80%. This year you are spending 60%. Next year you want to trim down to 45%. With the same velocity of increase in sales. That's where you compound, you retain your customer, you engage, you cross-sell, you upsell. This is what the e-commerce landscape is all.
Yes, even if you look at globally, I think the quick com model is struggling. If you look at Zomato, Swiggy of the world, that's the same story everywhere. There's a lot of cut down of operations. Thankfully, in India, there is an ecosystem that is being developed by the government. So there is an entire concept of ONDC. It's an open network for digital commerce, and so therefore the government is promoting digital commerce in a big way. Any one of you can actually list any of your products online, by the way. So go ahead to that site and take a look at it. I think we are about to close the conversation, but I will end with one question to each of you. If there was one advice that or a suggestion that you would implement for your business to ensure that the digital footprint of your business grows, what would that be? Let me start with this.
I will say digital footprint. How to grow your digital footprint? That is what the question is. Again, same funda, same business principles. Nothing will change, honestly. Best market fit, competitive, and if so, basically, as a seller or as a vendor, I will say we are trying to make we are trying to win this war to make product available everywhere, be it QCOM, be it InCom, be it ECOM. So we are there. Now, how to win the hearts of the consumer just to make by proper communication and competitive, because you have multiple choices available as a shopper. You have all the choices available, but why you will choose my product? That is a key. And I should communicate properly with you, then only you will be able to understand what I'm trying to say. Let's say, for example, True Native, if they communicate properly, they are communicating properly, hence they are getting results. Because why people will buy True Native products? Because they are communicating it properly. Now, it is not a surf excel or a fruity kind of thing where people know what is Surf Excel, what is Fruity. I think so. I will give you one example. I was working in a dairy company where I was completely aware about the technical aspect about the product. And we are trying wherever we are trying to sell the product, we are saying कि sir इसमें इतना percent fat है, इसमें इतना ये है. That communication should go properly when you want to win in on digital platform. That should be the key success, I guess. Then people will try, then some publicity will be there, all those activations will happen, then you will get a success.
Absolutely valid point. Very valuable. Should be.
My advice would be not what to do, but what to avoid. Avoid FOMO. Avoid fear of missing out. Just because everybody has an Instagram channel, you also need is not the idea to go about it. What do you do with that Instagram channel is very important. Everybody has threads, you also have thread. A lot of great brands have died a silent death because of FOMO and because of too much funding being made available to them. Right? So digital is very, very attractive. It's like a gaming platform. You don't know when you sing. It's addictive, even for brands, right? You get a lot of eyeballs, you get a lot of attention. People can speak about you, but whether that is translating to sales and profit, if you're not measuring that, it's a death hole. It's a rabbit hole. Then you're an Alice in Wonderland. So avoid FOMO. Be a data hawk, see what channels are working for you, attribute your marketing dollars to those channels and avoid the rest. That would be my advice.
Thank you. Very practical. And you?
I have a very interesting take on this. Which is the largest audio company in India? If anyone may answer. How did Boat start? Boat started as a D2C brand. My funda on this is very clear कि जो दिखता है वो दिखता है. Image is everything, everything is image. Consumer marketing, this is the most important thing. Why do you buy a Bira and not a Kingfisher? Because the Bira can look cool in your hand. Bira has called Wiz Khalifa to play at his concert. Kingfisher missed out on that. And today, never in the dream would JBL or Sony have imagined that boat, a homegrown Indian brand, could take over the volumes in terms of not just unit sales but revenue as well. Neither of us would have ever imagined for this to happen. What Aman Mukta did right over there is launch D2C, showed experience, showed quality, showed strong marketing. Boat has 12 different Indian celebrities marketing them. From a Hardik Pandya to Kiara to Kartik Aaryan, everyone is using a boat. Do we see Boat driving profit? Massive profits. What he did correct over there is launch D2C, built out his perception, built out his marketing, built out his brand, and then had the entire marketing circle complete with availability everywhere. That is the recipe one should hold when they are launching a product. Like I'm reiterating again, the markets remain the same. The channels have, certainly evolved. What again I feel is for us, it's a specific question to True Native. We would continue doubling down on our footprint online, grow strongly. We recently had Kareena Kapoor signed as our brand ambassador, and we aim to continue this trend of being relevant in the market, being new age. It might look like a burn today, but a founder or a person driving the business has the controls in his hand, and they should be the captain who is navigating against the tide in the market. And it's certainly possible to build out a large-scale D2C brand. We saw with both, right? Large-scale FMCG, large-scale players, the Sony and JBL could not, keep up with that pace. And I would say we have a lot to learn from such kind of brands who have been able to really, create a substantial dent in the market. So I would say to close is, जो दिखता है वो दिखता है. Image is everything, everything is image, and experience or customer perception is everything that you can build about it.
Thank you very much. I'll end the topic on a piece of data. So if you look at the Nielsen IQ index, a 37 category aggregate has really grown 52% versus the last year. The size of the market is around 8,000 crores, like approximately $1 billion annually at a All India metro level. And that goes to show the sort of growth that is expected. So, all in all, for e-commerce in FMCG is going to be a success story, but not a success story. Success as well as a success story. But the point that all the panelists out here mentioned, we have to be very careful of dealing with this channel. There are certain watch outs that we need to deal with. And only if we are able to do that, then we'll be successful in the marketplace over the next decade or more. So I would like to thank the audience here, the panelists here, as well as the audience here, and the entire management committee of the college here for giving us a chance to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. It was indeed a very comprehensive, eye-opening, and an educative session. Thank you all esteemed dignitaries for sharing your expertise and enlightening your young minds. Respected dignitaries, I would request you to kindly remain seated as there's a vote of thanks after this. We can, before the vote of thanks, we would have Q&A of 10 minutes. Anybody having questions can raise their hands and a microphone will be delivered to you. Can we have the microphone to the lady sitting over there?
Good evening, sir. My name is Manasi, and my question is for Pranav, sir. Sir, as per a paper published years ago, named Limits of Predictability and Human Mobility, scientists could determine where people go daily. It was 93% predictable in nature, and it was based on empirical data. But of lately, the term predictable is used often when it's related to customers. And I've come across various articles where people conjecture about customers' decision-making ability. So, in your opinion, is customer behavior predictable?
I would say it is a very, very interesting question. Certainly, Ranga won't work on it. Brands are, while they are relying on heavy data, crop analysis, cohort analysis, etc., somewhere it's also built on gut. That is my private, personal opinion. That why I may assess every possible metric in my company. Somewhere what ticks the box for me as an entrepreneur is also the gut feel of what I feel is going to click. And that is somewhere not just with startups, I would say that also continues with larger FMCG companies. It's not just that the smaller company look at that. Somewhere you also believe that larger FMCG companies also do their analysis, but you cannot, definitely point out what the customer exactly needs. It is all an assumption. The metrics I discussed with you during our talk is also an assumption. There are tools which help you navigate through the tide, but I can't say that it can be 100% accurate. It definitely gives you clearer understanding. To give you an example, you have a window that is dirty and it's muddy. What can happen with the data is you can certainly clean it, but it still remain hazy. What happens only after you launch a product, right? And thus you see successful and non-successful launches, right? Even the non-successful launches have done their bit to track the data down, but like you mentioned very correctly, customers are always unpredictable.
We have very good projects from the audience. Can we have the microphone given to the gentleman sitting there?
Good evening, sir. So my question is that quick commerce industry is the emerging industry and Zepto is the first unicorn in this industry. And still India is facing the winter season in the funding in the startup ecosystem. So how quick commerce can improve its term situation and how quick commerce can grow as the e-commerce has grown in this India.
So I think it's a very relevant question. I was having the good fortune to have a discussion with the Zepto CFO, Mr. Jitendra Nagpal, just 2 days before today's meeting. And I had the same question, that how on earth have you raised 150 million, wherein I would say brands are not getting 5 million of funding anymore. Um, there was an era post-COVID where Fed rates was zero. America had free money. They basically printed out the entire economy of India and distributed it to American people. So they printed $3 trillion. That is, somewhere near to what Indian economy size is. And thus they see rapid inflation. So when money was free, you can borrow at 0%. Funds can borrow at 0% and they can pump money into growing markets. Thus, India saw an FDI startups, which was about $18 billion last year in the first quarter itself. This year is down to $2 billion. There's a 90% decline in the funding because the Fed rate has gone from 0 to 9%. Now, to answer your question specifically, I had a very relevant chat about just this. Market scenarios at the time when Zepto was raising were very, 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 very favorable. Um, they saw rapid scale of valuation because of the excitement and FOMO in the quick commerce industry. And they have closed the current round, which they've announced now, but it has been closed 6 months ago. Today's timing, Farm Easy, for example, is seeing a 90% down round. 90% is a very, very, very large number. From 4 billion to 400 million or 380 million is what we are seeing in a lot of startups. Similarly, you're seeing Byju's and a lot of companies going topple down. The funding winter is hitting so hard because there was irrational money being distributed. My board member Nitin Kamath, I was having a chat with him, and he very rightly pointed out to me that founders and entrepreneurs are overestimating what time is. You may have in your pitch deck that I have the power to reach 60 crore customers, and you may show that to your investor, and they may probably put in that $100 million check into your company, but 60 crore customers, that's looking good only on your PPT, right? It may not be translated to actual sales. And thus, the market is seeing a correction. And it is nothing new. I would say we've seen the same thing going in the stock market as well, right? Sometimes you see the stock market is running, and then right now Nifty is at 9,500. The world has forgotten Ukraine, Russia are fighting. Inflation is not there. India, as a country, is seeing a lot of positive sentiment towards it. Thus, our markets are running. But what happens is somewhere where reality kicks in, you see corrections in these rounds. My opinion again on quick commerce specifically is that it is a very, very difficult market. You may raise or you may become the unicorn. That doesn't really explain that you've cracked the model. Out of the 15 players in the world, only DoorDash has been able to generate a profit. Only DoorDash. And 15 prominent players wherein billions of dollars of funding has gone. So I would not be very excited about the space. I think I don't need Dhania coming to my house in 15 minutes. So कोई बात नहीं, अगर बहुत जल्दी होगी तो कुछ जाके ले सकता हूँ मैं. And my personal opinion is it's not very sustainable, and becoming a unicorn in my opinion is of no value in today's time. From Farm Easy from 4 billion to 400 million didn't take a very long time. It took 1 year only. So I would not judge that metric very right. I don't chase that valuation either. What I chase as an entrepreneur is the foundation of the business I'm able to build. And that's my recommendation to each one of you. You're a budding entrepreneurs. I'm sure a lot of you will be future founders. And I would say, don't chase fads or don't chase the bubble. Try to create a legacy or a real life, strong, solid business model. It may take time. You may not be in economic times today, but if you chase the right business, you will be in that headline tomorrow. So that is my.
Finally, I have one last question. Excuse me. Hello. Good evening, sir. My name is Supreet Singh, and my question is: how would e-commerce sector can change the mentality of our elders that they like to buy weekly ration by their own?
So why do you want to change the mentality of your readers?
They like because they when we listen the e-commerce is going to be big basket sale like they will go to
So my answer to that is if something is not broken, don't fix it. They like to go to a store, they like to create relationships, let them do it. Elders today, if they find value in something, they would embrace it. Like my parents today can book an Uber. They find value in it. My mom or dad do not find value buying grocery online. They like to go to the Kirana store, have a conversation, like to understand new products, create that relationship, and come back. So, this online system of delivery is largely created for people who have paucity of time. If your elders have time, don't force them to buy it online. Right? And this entire ecosystem of shops, kiranas have come for a reason. Right? Our elders still go to bank branch if they have an account with a nationalized bank to get their passbooks filled. My dad still likes it, even though I can tell him that I can generate his statement online. Why make them part of an ecosystem that they are not really bred upon? It is not advisable, and if it is valuable, then I can tell you one thing: the best private equity investors in this world are your parents. If they find value, they will invest. If they don't find value, they will not even give you a penny. So if they're doing something, let them do it. And I've learned the hard way after becoming a parent itself. Right? Don't force them to change their attitude. Don't.
So in fact, I can point out a very good example, and paperboard is a part of this example. So, we can go on. So my dad is 65. Not an online shopper. My mom is probably an online shopper. She's 55. I'm almost 28, so I'm definitely an online shopper. But about a year or so, or 2 years back, I suddenly had a carton of anar juice from Paperboard Company, which my dad got from Stalwarts. And I asked him, कि, आपको उसके बारे में कैसे मालूम? That time it was on the progression, right? Now, God's kind that Paperboard is a national level brand. Back then, and he told me, brother, मैं YouTube पे न्यूज देख रहा था और बीच में ऐड आ गया जिसमें पेपरबोर्ड का ये अनार रस दिख गया तो उन्होंने ऐड कहाँ देखा he saw the ad online उन्होंने परचेज कहाँ किया उन्होंने स्टार बाजार में किया because that's his consumption pattern. So that is what I've been trying to say, that you may not be online focused in terms of closing the execution, but online is very, very relevant to market your product. So somewhere my dad is having the paperboard juice for last 2 years now. So sir, आपका YouTube पे ad चल पड़ा. Correct. So thus I would say that balance and omni-channel presence is what a brand should be in.
I would like to add on this. See, from a parents' point of view, parents means mostly the generation above 50 or 55. Shopping is a pleasure. इसको आप डिनाई नहीं कर सकते. In Indian perspective, I don't know about US and all, but Indian perspective में shopping is a pleasure. Hence, bottom trend में if you go in any Reliance store or any Big Bazaar store, a 3-floor store was there. Then people are spending time over there. You can eat popcorn, you can eat ice cream and buying some sampling here. And you will spend around 2.5 hours in one particular modern trade store, in any hyper store, rather. So that was a pleasure, and it is a part of our life cycle, which ideally DMart doesn't want to get into that particular pleasure thing. Hence, the planogramming is fixed. And he don't want shopper to spend more than 30 minutes in any particular store. You will start from biscuit, you will start from tea, end up with dairy, come out. That's it. List है फटाफट सबको पता है चाय में 50 रुपए डिस्काउंट रहेगा. Biscuit will be buy one get one. फटाफट ले लो जाओ. And that people are habituated. Hence, the omni channel का contribution of demand is very less. You will not change the habit of people. You cannot change. हाँ, इसलिए 10% है, slowly it will grow 12%, 15%, 10% is my number, by the way. Some companies may numbers may vary. I'm talking about established FMCG players point of view. So that's it.
So we have one more question, please.
Good afternoon, sir. First of all, thank you, sir, for giving such wonderful insights. I am Shani Basu. I have my question to Pranav, sir. Sir, first of all, you're an entrepreneur. So I want to ask you one question. It comes to my mind is like when you started, like all the companies, those startups, when started off, that as a motive or a vision, you can say. But there is a starting point, sir, always. So when the starting point, so you have identified a problem, you have thought of a solution for it, but how to implement that? What was your thought process on that? And my second question is like when a FMCG product is coming to the market, okay, so what can be the solution to be coming it on a e-commerce platform? Coming it to the e-commerce platform or we coming it to the normal offline stores because there are different markets for it. Whereas e-commerce are being mainly used by the young generation, whereas the offline stores are being mainly used by our parents' age. So what do you feel so in this case? These are my two questions. Thank you.
So I'll give you a small backstory. While success seems that it comes very quickly and easily, you or every person or me has burned their midnight oil to achieve whatever they have achieved in their lives. दिखता तभी जब सूरज उग के बट गर्म कितना हुआ वो किसी को नहीं दिखता तो हुआ क्या है माय पर्सनल जर्नी आई एम 28 नाउ आई एक्टिवली स्टार्ट वर्किंग व्हेन आई वाज 50 एक्टिवली मतलब आई वाज इन ऑफिस माय फर्स्ट जॉब वाज to pick up the gonies from the truck with the labor and stack it in my warehouse. My parents were into manufacturing of bags and watches. So my first job was stickering and labor-oriented service. AC में बैठने नहीं मिला मुझे. And when you grow ground up, you build resilience towards what you want to achieve, right? So as a kid, I definitely had big dreams that I want to do this and I want to achieve this and that. What happens is only patience and perseverance can help you achieve. That's my personal belief, and everyone who aspires to do something in their life, the starting point seems very different. It seems like today we are in the nutrition space, and we have giants such as Amway and HUL and Nestle and Abbott. And how can a 22-year-old or 20-year-old possibly fight these? Right? It all starts with a dream. My strong advice is to take the first step. And if you keep at it, if you think every day, if you passionately chase it, time does come wherein it starts chasing you as well. And that has been a part of my journey wherein for the last 10, 15 years, I've been chasing my dream and slowly I see that the patience and perseverance has given, a fruitful result. If I quit midway, I possibly don't know what I could have achieved. So there are bad days in every entrepreneur's life and there are good days as well. I would say just Arjun ki aankh wala concept hai mera. That is my goal. It may look very far. I don't want to achieve it today. I may not achieve it tomorrow, but I will definitely achieve it day after tomorrow. My duty is to keep at it. And another question with regards to the e-commerce. You're very right that age is a very strong barrier to e-commerce. When we run ad campaigns, etc., Facebook automatically has a function where it will target only 18 to 55. Because he knows that above 55 are a consumption pattern. So I don't want to rise his advertising cost. Like sir very rightly mentioned, shopping is also an experience. my lovely wife is sitting down there. She's my age, but she often drags me to supermarket कि चलो जाके time pass करना है supermarket में. ये नए products कौन से launch हुए हैं, मेरे को trial भी करना है, and we definitely spend those 2 hours over there. So there is a strong rub-off between both these categories. But I'm a believer that younger audiences often look at newer channels of purchase, and older audiences are more, joyous in buying at his local kirana because he may go there and buy the waste time with the shopkeeper or uska 20 साल से दोस्त है. So these are consumption patterns which are going to stay, I believe, and e-commerce is definitely made for the newer generation. Today, GT will not lose its presence because e-commerce has come. I would say we are just adding to this. I would not say कि किसी का share जा रहा है. Share probably 100 से 150 होगा और वो larger 150 will become the new 100. So that is my own.
Thanks.
We will take paucity of time. We can accommodate only one last question. Yes, sir.
I just want to add on this what Pranav has said. E-commerce has given a platform to the new categories. अगर आपने देखा होगा coconut water, what we are selling and what currently Storia is also selling, there are competitors available. So coconut water, a packaged coconut water, this is just a small example, or a snack dry fruit. कोई GT का store, it will not sell. If you want to drink the coconut water, you will go to a lorry where he will cut the coconut, fresh coconut, और वो fruit काट के आप उसका पानी पी सकते हो. But e-commerce has given the platform to raise this category. आपको मैं numbers I will not quote, but this particular category has grown up like anything into a beverages particular as a category, I will say. Industry. Yeah.
Very well said, sir. Good evening, all of you. My name is Rafiq Ansari, and my question to all of you: what strategies can FMCG companies adopt to effectively target and engage with younger generation?
Yeah, I'll take that question. So from a data perspective, if you look at the penetration of digital or e-commerce, in terms of age profile, up to 25 years, 25 years to 35 years, 35 to 45 years, and so on. The largest chunk of buyers come between 25 to 35 years, who are not students, who are actually young professionals, maybe not yet parents. So if you look at the natural dispersion of online buys, it's in that range. Now, to answer your question, there will be certain categories still that will be relevant for each of those age groups, which we need to target differentially. Okay. However, if you look at a purchase for the entire household, there will be categories that will be relevant for those in FMCG and the ones that are individualistic. So, give an example. So, growth of, let's say, skincare has been greater than 2x in the age group between 25 to 35 years. Okay, and therefore targeting that becomes natural to the manufacturer of skin creams, for instance. That is their target group, and that is their positioning to that target group too. However, because there is aspiration in the other age groups too, you will find the spillover in the other age groups too. So the answer to that question is really depends on what category that you want to target, and therefore what TG that you want to target.
I'll just add on to what he said is that one is deliver what your product stands for, and somehow get your customer to talk about you online. Each one of you or each one of us today is an influencer, and we have the ability to influence the purchase pattern of 5 more people within a circle of influence. If a product that I've purchased works for me and has delivered what it stands for, and I put it out online, not as a certified influencer, but as somebody who's trusted, and I go online and say that I've had a fabulous experience, your cost of acquisition or marketing will come down drastically. So for established, well-entrenched FMCG brand, the challenge is to get my customer to speak about it. If I've been able to do that, I'll be successful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. I just want to ask one question to all of you. इतना सब ज्ञान सुनने के बाद, how many of you want to make your career in Omni or e-commerce channel? In FMCG particularly. Exactly यही contribution है of manpower in driving e-commerce channel. Exactly यही contribution है. So I will give you four channels: GT, MT, e-com, institutional. GT, say for example, if a company is 1,000 crore revenue, 1,000 लोग उसमें GT का बिजनेस करते हैं. 10% modern trade, mostly 150 to 200 people are working for modern trade. E-commerce 10%, but the size of people is hardly 5 to 10. So if you want to in e-commerce channel, आपको वो 10 लोगों के साथ compete करना है. So you will have to be more aggressive, more knowledgeable, more talented, more passionate. ये मेरा छोटा सा मैसेज था आपके लिए. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Moving ahead, I would like to invite an eminent professional who has more than 8 years of corporate experience in different managerial capacities and subsequently more than 19 years of experience in academics in teaching as well as training of sales plus marketing. So believes in the end-to-end solution of development, delivery, and achieving excellent employment success of students by working closely with the industry. He holds a PhD, MSc from Presidency College, Kolkata, and MBA from the Indian Institute of Social Welfare and Business Management. Sir has expertise in handling sales and distribution, CRM, and business development. He has also been certified by Harvard University in Innovation in Healthcare. I would request Dr. Rishmani Mukherjee, Assistant Director, Marketing in MBA and Consulting PIBM, to bring the program.
Yeah, that's been a long day, right? Huh? Feeling tired? No. So, a small little nap post lunch? Enjoy it? No, sir. Okay. Great. So, okay, fine. Let me start with you all. Thanks for being a wonderful audience throughout, right? Asking some very, very intelligent questions and evoking certain very mind-blowing answers from our resource persons. Obviously, my all gratitude goes to the people of the dais, whether it's Praful, Pranav, Abhay and Subhit. They have been all amazing. And the way they would thank Praful, the way he had rotated the questions, and very aptly, he had got the best of the answers from all the resource persons. And all of them were, and in fact, I was very much curious whether this recording has been taking place well, and can keep it for our future reference once for all, and basically for the students who are interested into expanding into the space of digital marketing and e-commerce. It has been a wonderful experience for all of them, I'm sure. And I am sure some of the questions have come and a lot of questions are there still in line with that, and which we as faculty member of PIBM are expecting to get it translated very appropriately and showcased within the in-class discussion. Thank you very much. And along with the resource person, I would thank the entire corporate relations team for making appropriate efforts in reaching out to the corporates, because see, today is a Friday. I was a bit skeptical that how many corporate will actually, because today is a working day. So how many corporates will actually respond to us? I was a bit sanguine about Pranav, because Pranav has got his own, so whether he works, he doesn't work, it's totally dependent on him. But the rest are the professionals, whether they'll be able to make their time and come down on Friday, because mostly we see that Omnikart, this time Omnikart, for your kindest information, is with the largest format. We have Omnikart across 2 days. We have 3 different panels across these 2 days, so the largest format. So obviously a bit of doubt when it came to Friday, but very much thankful to all the dignitaries on the dais for taking their time on a Friday, and thanks very much for all the administrative assistance which has been extended by the administrative department, the academic department with Naresh arranging for the entire programming of this the day's program and keeping all the students engaged. Thank you very much. I'm sure. Concluding with the ecosystem of FMCG which has been built in PIBM, we just have reached 100 alumni of FMCG this year. So it is, I believe it's quite a good achievement over the period of years. But yes, the certain kind of a limitation is that we are still within the GP, as Abbas has rightly said, that competing with the 10 people who are working, those 10 odd people who are working in those in the space of e-commerce and digital marketing, I think here we have to really pull up our sleeves and take the fight to our competitors. And obviously, modern trade also, we need Abbas's help to build up how we can create not only TSIs or the territory sales in charges, but also the key account executives from here, and also executives related to digital marketing and e-commerce. And I think that would be the greatest challenge in front of the faculty members of Pune Institute of Business Management. Thanks to all of you for this patient hearing, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I request all the guests and dignitaries to please come forward for a group photograph. All the HODs, dignitaries, to please come to the dais for a group photograph, please.
Please, that's absolutely right. I don't have any goal in that. Yeah. Come on.